Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Looking at XRP, gonna go over some levels here. We saw kind of like a rogue first. Just want to go over this real quick too. The reason, like what happened. So this was the move. Yes, here we go. Okay, saying available. You can see it right here though. There was a price glitch on Twitter, Ripple. This says 5,400,000. So this glitch in between this and 5,400 something, if I'm not mistaken. So this happened on Binance. Like I said, price glitch. This was after. So this happened one day ago. This finally played out. The inverse head and shoulder for it, cover that, but we had that happen with the price glitch. So with that being said, stuff that is on a screen, you can't ever trust it. TV, computers, news, any of that stuff. There's always something, a reason behind it. So just gotta be aware of that. I want to look at some key levels here and just keep it in mind. Why did they decide to put that information out there? Why did that? To me, the system didn't. That system didn't glitch. It's not a glitch. So Binance or somebody that has the ability to do that stuff did it. So same way that they posted the false Bitcoin ETF approval, I think it was, and yeah, this kind of started off Bitcoin. We'll take a quick look at Bitcoin real quick, and we'll come back to XRP actually. So this all started. Let's zoom out. Make this out. This all started back here, and looks like we're in as this point actually over here. We went from, okay, we're going to finish out the bear market to this, to honestly coming from Forex and being in Forex, and I've seen it several times now in gold, not in gold, from Forex to here, I've seen it several times on Bitcoin. A market maker move is a common practice. It's like a revolving door. It just continues to happen. So you'll have a series of points being strictly, responsive, like whatever you want to call it. And so it's like this is set up on purpose, like it's an algorithm. So all this was planned before. I don't believe any of this stuff is an accident. Anyways, not conspiracy theorists. If you haven't watched Mark Douglas's 4-part series on YouTube, it's free. I highly suggest you check that out. He gives the most valuable. There's the most valuable insights and information in that stuff that you can learn when it comes to any markets. That will verify that. Like I'm not speculating. Like this is actually what they do. So it's proven facts. So with that being said, they will lay out like this. Okay, if you want to count this one, several days here, a week right here, and boom again, and boom again. And then we had a breach. It looked like we were going to continue down, in my opinion, but then we had a false Bitcoin ETF spike, and that was a call on Twitter, same as the glitch, supposed glitch, and this happened. And then since then we corrected a little bit, then came back. But so back here was talking about right back here, I was talking about, well, because people were saying that they're speculating that the Bitcoin ETFs have already been priced in. It's like, well, you can't really price that in. Number one, because that's going to be liquidity. They're waiting on an approval for legal reasons, I think. So, not I think, but I know what they're saying. I mean, the law and events like that do play a role, but you gotta understand that they're scripted. It's all scripted. So this is basically everything that you see here is manipulation, or it stems from some sort of manipulation. But anyway, so people were speculating that they were priced in here. Were they already priced in? And they were considering that here before this happened. And then so when the false Bitcoin ETF approval was put out on Twitter, this showed me that that it wasn't. Okay, so once that door does open, then there's only we'll be able to know after that if it's how high it'll go. It could come out in the market makers, and that's what this reminds me of, this move. The market maker. Never got around to saying it, but so you'll break, get everyone going short. Right here is just collecting orders. Okay, so randomness, right? People don't know what the crap to do around here. We were in watching it on the 1 hour. Then boom, go back inside the channel. But right here, we still have a bit of resistance right here. And we're in between what you would call a rock and a hard spot when it comes to technicals. So we have solid, this is when the market, and this is why I say this is a solid point for a couple of reasons. Number one, we're at a psychological level, a technical level. The price was coming down here strong off the bear market, and all this momentum, boom, stop right here. Excuse me. Right here. So considering this momentum, this rejection, and bounce up, got it again here. This was another market maker move right here. I remember seeing this in Bitcoin going to while I was speculating. I didn't predict this. This goes along with what, because I see people saying my analysis was correct and this and that. Those people don't know what they're talking about. I'm not trying to be rude, but they don't know what they're talking about. They're high on euphoria. I used to post that stuff all the time. I know that stuff gets you high when you start trading and stuff like that, and you start making money on your on your laptop from pressing buttons. Then your brain releases a lot of dopamine, and you get high, and you share all your victories and stuff. But anyways, it's not funny really, because it's really devastating emotionally. It's really devastating emotionally to the person that's going through it, the people that go through it. I went through it and finally just decided, I did it for a really long time, and I'd be high as a kite. I'm saying this because I know from experience. I'd be high as a flipping kite, and it wasn't until pretty recently that I came to a realization that, hey, until you don't get excited about winning anymore, you're never going to be really, really consistently profitable and successful, until I get the same reaction from my emotions from losses as I do wins. Then things will never be as smooth as they could be. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I was just thinking that because right here I was thinking 20K and it happened. So we're talking about market manipulation right here. See, this train goes through here. Anyways, if you're watching this, then you're in that mode. I'm just to tell you, professional traders don't go out saying, "Oh, I got this right." This, not saying it's wrong to say, to to put out stuff like that. But when you say that your analysis was accurate, 99 times out of 100, the reason why that really 100% of the time, unless you just have a massive trading account, I'm talking like 7-9 figures, then you're not going to be able to say that I did this. You know, you can't move the market. Some people can, and this is what they do. But it's not ever because of your analysis. You know, the best analysis doesn't play out 100% of the time. So you just always got to remember that. Stay humble. Don't get high. Just try to hold it together. You know, because it really can. It will screws up everything. So, anyways, the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm pointing this out, and it actually played out. But just because I saw that happening, that possibility, and it did come down here, I didn't know it was going to come down here. I didn't know anything at all. I think I even bragged and boasted on that stuff. So, I'm not like trying to throw stones. But here we are, between the 1100, so this yellow line right here. Anyway, so this is to get people going long, right here. This is to get people going long. I remember everyone right here was like, this is the bull run, this is the bull run. It was like, man, this looks more like a bear flag. It popped out, and I was like, dang, maybe that is a triple bottom, whatever. And it dropped like a mug. So this is when we see us talking about liquidity zones. Really would have seemed to be more up here, but we breached these. So, and these are structure points, swings. You see where these candles closed here. The reason why they push past this, push past the moving averages, people use these moving averages, and it will bounce off of them, you know, a percentage of the time. If you had fundamentals to it, and you know what's moving the market fundamentally, then your odds improve, you know. But anyway, so we pushed past, got liquid as, you know, you know what, and it just continued to happen. So just like this right here, there was a boom, a descending flag right here, same type of move. So we were going down, boom, boom, going in a falling wedge, and we spiked up, retest, and then looked like we were going to go back off, up, but boom, down again. So here's this pattern here. Here it is here, in case you can't see it. So boom, here's our zone that we're at now. We're at this price over here. So we were going inside of here like this, and this is rising. So I was thinking more bear flag around here, but it popped out. I think this is actually like a double top on the lower time frame, but and it actually looks like it's going to go back up here, and then drops, retests, boom, and here we are. So it's as far as technical analysis goes, being able to recognize these points, these swings, and to be able to align them in order, your trend and the level or zone, support or resistance zone, and a price action pattern are the three strongest technical indicators that there are when it comes to technical analysis. So this is wiping out, collecting liquidity. And by liquidity, people have, you know, their stop losses are down here. All right, breakout, retest. Oh, it's looking good. Let's go. Smash. So, you know, when we're looking at where we are now, the reason why I'm going over this is because where we are now is reminding me of, and that's just a few instances. You'll see it a lot before a market drops. Right here, This was a ascending, or not ascending, actually this was an equidistant, like a reverse equidistant, they call it a broadening cone. If you're looking at this, and it's an equidistant, so it could broke up or down either way, but since we were trending up, more likely up, but broke down this time. Anyways, so you see we were right along that 1100 day moving average. You see right here, this level of consolidation was broke. Then we pushed higher this time. That's because people were shorting right here. That's what the market moves for. Liquidity, to get money. It's like a big, hungry, greedy snake slithering around, deceive you into thinking all kinds of crazy stuff. So anyways, remember the zone. So here we are at the green. We're at this inside trend. We busted out of the channel, this broadening cone, this bigger one on the daily. What I was getting to earlier is like, just because like we go over a scenario and if it plays out, it's like the XRP that we're going to go over in a second. I wasn't right or wrong if I say I think this is going up because X, Y, and Z and it goes up. It doesn't mean that I was right about that. It's what you're doing is you're getting the best well-informed, educated guess. That's all. Sometimes you can get really good at guessing, but at the end of the day, I can't make this market move by the size of my orders. There are people that can. Those people can, if you're trading with them, then you can win. If you're trading against them, then it's a lot harder to win. You can still win, I guess, but anyways, we're at the 1100. We're in a pinch. Is what I'm trying to get to, but at the same time, we did see it break out of this channel. So people that were buying right here got slammed, and when they hit the sell button, they got slammed. Okay, we actually had a pattern form. It was an Adam and Eve pattern. It started playing out. I can't even see it now. But anyway, so with all this being said, we're talking about market manipulation and gaining liquidity. We wiped out everybody up here. Now we're at a pretty strong resistance and a resistance trend, and we're starting to get some price action. If we pull out the RSI indicator, we'll pull out the TDI, Traders Dynamic Index. I'm not going to pretend like I know everything about this thing. I would use it sometimes to, like as the RSI. Let's just pull that out. Relative Strength Index. It's just a simple RSI. So you can see we're on the 4-hour time frame. For those of you that don't know, this measures momentum, the difference in change in momentum from buying to selling. So if you look at this peak lines up with this peak. Let me zoom in a little bit. So what we're doing is stacking up indicators. Trend, that's one. That's like one of your most solid technical indicators, a daily trend, a daily resistance. And I'm honestly, so many people are probably shorting right now because we have these gaps down here too. So we have imbalances. This is a big daily imbalance right here, but this is on the 4-hour, so we'll put it for the 4-hour. Okay, so we have a gap there, we have a gap here. kind of keeping these in mind, but always watching where these points are. Okay, because if we're going to stop somewhere, it's going to more than likely be at a level where price has been turned around before. I don't really ever hardly use moving averages, but I turn them on sometimes. This 1100 right here serves as a good support. If price comes back through here, let's get back to the RSI and get it finished doing that. Start seeing those fair value gaps. So we got huge divergence, bearish divergence. So right here, if you follow the crosshairs up here, these candle bodies, it says here it lines up with this one, and this right here lines up with this one. We're underneath the moving average right here to 14, I guess. So anyways, this is saying down. Now remember, we're counting indicators. So, and if I'm going on the candle bodies, I'm gonna say that's going straight across. Okay, so we have several things confirming here. On the daily, it's freaking way up here, and actually the divergence is greater on the candle bodies right here. Let me lighten this up a little bit. Okay, we're way overbought. Not unlike crypto to be up here for a while. Like, we could bounce around up here, but I think it's going to take some fundamental again. I think it's going to take some fundamental breakthroughs for this to actually break through. But you know, at the end of the day, when people want you got to remember the people that made this happen, all this happen, the bear market, all these events, all these fake events, news, all the banks crashing, which happened over here, I think, yeah. And so FTX, you name it, all that stuff, those people got rich as crap right here. Like, all through this crypto winter, pockets are full. Just because, you know, the economy's whatever, not doing so great, doesn't mean that people don't have money. Because at the end of the day, the people that have the money to move this money, I mean, the people that have the ability to move this market have the money at any time. When it gets low enough, they'll push the prices up to sell at a premium and buy them back low again. Anyways, so right now we have, let's count them, 1, 2 indicators. This 1100 is a support on the daily, so that's why I say we're kind of in a pinch right here. So we have 1, let's count bearish, 1, 2, we're overbought, so that's 3. We have divergence, that's number 4. Okay, we're also at a psychological level around about 35. That's 5. And so the next thing we would need would be a break of structure. And on the break of structure, then I would want to see honestly, selling an uptrend like this is not my cup of tea, but you know, is what it is. I tend to be better buying, so be looking for pullbacks and entries going back up if it breaks down. Anyways, so unless it's just you know, we're in a bear market right now, it's kind of hard to tell. We're at this point, we'll be able to tell soon enough. But anyways, so we had the divergence. We were at 5 indicators bearish. At the end of the day, if this breaks out past this resistance and we're up in here and we get a retest, so if we break out through this, be watching out for, be clearing house, because this is going to be liquidity up here. SLs all around this area. So, boom, I wouldn't doubt to see it. So, with that being said, would be surprised to see a spike up. Maybe even respect that and ditch out. Something like that. Like how we were just looking at that we've seen happen before. Or, we see several ETFs approved. Preferably like to see some type of retest on a smaller time frame if possible. A lot of times it doesn't give it to us. Something like this. And then the same down for here. So let's see. Something in price action. So we have looking at 5 different indicators. If we had some kind of fundamental, that's what I'm saying, what to add to this would be something fundamental to make it more solid. The driver, or the absence of driver, true, whether it's true or not. People react to the news. People react to hype. So, to make it a golden opportunity, I would need to know something, or at least have a strong conviction that something could happen, because something happened on the news or whatever, Twitter. Right now it's kind of looking like price action is king, though, so always remember that when you're coming to technical analysis. Price action is king. So if you can read it well enough, then it will tell. The one thing it will not do is tell you what's ahead, really. And neither will fundamentals, but you get a lot better when you get good at all of the above. Anyways, so it's looking like almost like we have an inverse head and shoulders. So it'd be shoulder, head, shoulder right here. I would look for a break across the neckline. In this case, I'll wait for it to get past here and do what we were just talking about. If this happens here, then we'd have a triple top. They're kind of rare. They're flat on top, look funny. When's the last time that you've seen a flat top of any chart? As I was saying, it doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen. This is pretty stinking flat. Let's look at XRP. So that's what levels we'll be watching there. I'm just going to go over XRP real quick. I haven't really seen any breaking in the news or anything like that, but we're on the 4 hour. We're slightly overbought. Let's take a zoom out on the weekly real quick. Take this off. Just kind of get an idea of what sediment is. If you take this, so we're below the 1100. You see how well it respects this? One of my friends showed me this 1100. He's like, dude, you gotta check the 1100 out, man. For like larger time frames, he's right. Look at this. Boom. Boom. Shout out to Ryan. I don't really get into this stuff, but I mean, when it comes to long term, like bigger time frames, the 1100 MA is pretty spot on. You can see we're sloping up, so we can also look at this as we are in consolidation or rising narrowing channel, and here we are hitting the MA, the 1100. 4 hour, we got a golden cross. I don't know what the heck you call this with the 1100. Ryan, if you happen to watch this, what's this called? Platinum cross. Anyways, so higher time frames, daily, need to come past 62 cents and set right now it looks like, honestly, I mean, we've been in an uptrend. Besides the fact that we've been trending up, it's looking bearish on smaller time frames. So what does that mean? I don't know. We'll see. I'm expecting to see kind of another test up here, sweep liquidity or something first, but a lot of times that doesn't happen. A lot of times you see this spike like this round out, you get an Adam and Eve or a descending triple tops, boom, boom, and then we get a lower one, and then it could fall off. We just got to see what happens fundamentally. We've had a lot of stuff. Actually, today was in XRP because of what happened. Was going to get into Forex today, but we had some killer moves. I can look at this in the dollar. So DXY, we did break out here, boom, hit this trend, nice double rejection. Looks like probably missed some pretty big moves, but it's all good. Got the XRP. Let's see. So DXY, we'll go over this tomorrow. That happened this morning, and it's like, well, we've been covering this, so I might just cover another day to see what's going to happen. We have November 9th still. I mean, we're about to just now step into November. Anything can happen. You know, if you happen to like not know what the heck you're doing and you got into this somehow and you don't know where to go, then feel free to reach out, ask questions. We do have a free signals channel. We have a platform with a course, signals, all that stuff for beginners. You know, if you don't know where the heck to go, then, you know, we have a place for you. Just reach out, holler at Danielle. Actually, I'll tag her in the post, and we're glad to help you out as best as we can. If you got questions, just let us know. If there's something that you want to cover specifically, then let us know too. We've been covering mainly Bitcoin and XRP because, you know, those are the two. Those are just the two. I mean, the Bitcoin ETFs, obviously, and the set case. There's a lot of other things that have been happening in the crypto market, but I'm trying to just stay focused on a couple of things rather than, you know, everything. But if there's, we have been watching other things. If there's something that you want us to cover on another video, drop a comment, say what's up. You know, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. We appreciate you for your support, and we will holler at y'all tomorrow. See ya.